All right, y'all, welcome back to another video here. We are back at LS Nasty, back from Florida. You guys just saw the last video where we shipped off Squidbilly, and I'm putting the Colorado in its spot because we got some work to do on the Colorado. Before I get started in today's video, I gotta talk to you guys about two things. One, everyone needs to go over to Instagram and check out Small Tire Outlaws. That's my new Instagram page where we're just gonna be covering like drag racing content. It's gonna be an awesome apparel line. We're gonna come out with clothes, merchandise, hats, shirts, hoodies, everything. It's gonna be badass. When we hit 2,500 followers, I'll release the website and the merchandise line. So check that stuff out. It is on the screen right here. And the second link in the description below will be a link to it on Facebook. So check that out. The first link in the description below, this is very important. You guys need to pay attention if you want to make that money. First link in the description below is a link to an event on Facebook, which we are having right up the road here in Erwin, North Carolina. It is the Storm Hub Training Day. If you guys want to get signed up to do storm work just like we do, so you can get you a big ass fancy truck like that and make some good money, all you got to do is check out that page. And if not, I'll put a little flyer on the screen up here that kind of has the date and the location and the time. So it's going to be January 9th, 7:30 until I think 2, right up the road here in Erwin, North Carolina. And if you have any questions, you guys can go to that page or contact me and get in touch. But what we're doing there is we're going over everything that we do with the Stormwork stuff and getting you guys signed up. And if you guys are going there because of this, because of the Storm Hub stuff, you need to make sure you sign up under JDR, which is myself. So we'll get you guys all taken care of, and we'll get you guys working, we'll get you guys making some money so you can build some badass hot rods like we have here at the shop. So if you want to get signed up doing the storm work, it's a really good gig. First link in the description below. Check that out. Mark your calendars. January 9th. Be there, 7:30 in the morning, Erwin, North Carolina. Let's get into today's video. As you guys can tell by the title, we are talking about turbos and building turbo kits. Now, this is going to be kind of like a breakdown of what we're doing here and how this turbo kit, even though it might look extreme when it's done, could be easily repeatable and done by you guys right at home. I am messing with some different settings on the microphone. I got this brand new badass camera and this badass microphone. I'm trying to make sure that it sounds good. I know it used to sound funny when I was behind the camera, but I made different change to it. So hopefully it sounds good. If the audio sounds terrible, don't kill me. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get you guys better content. Let's get into today's video. All right, y'all. So here it is. We got Colorado. We got its new 4.8 in there, stock bottom end 4.8. You guys have seen the video. We were making the world's most powerful stock bottom end 4.8, and we're going to spool this massive, for size comparison, there's my fist, 106 millimeter large frame turbo that we got from my boy Bob at Coker Chassis. Shout out to Bob. He's actually going to be doing some work on this. He's going to be doing a back half and a cage on it. So shout out to Bob. Coker Chassis is the one that did the cage and the cow. Absolutely awesome work up there in Pennsylvania. So we're going to be running this up to him once we get the turbo kit and everything done. And I want to talk to you guys about some parts and pieces that we got as we assemble this turbo kit. So starting off right here, we obviously got the motor set in there, and we pretty much have everything that we're going to be running on the engine on there, except for I got some little water pump adapters because I'm not running a water pump. I'm just going to be running lines, so they're going to be pretty nice and tight in there, and we're going to run a low mount alternator. It's very important when you guys are building your turbo kit, if you're doing this at home, make sure everything is on the engine, everything's in the engine bay that you guys need to have in there before you start building your turbo kit. The worst thing to do is build your turbo kit, and then you go to put the alternator on, it doesn't fit. You go to put the water pump on, it doesn't fit. I'm able to get away with it because I'm running those small little adapter plates so everything stays real nice and tight to the block, and nothing in the turbo kit will be in this area. Alternator, I'm going to use an ICT billet, lower alternator relocation bracket, so I'll have it down here. Again, nothing with a turbo kit will be in the way there. So we are good. We got the green light. We can start making the turbo kit. We got some like knockoff Chinese Flowtech headers because their runners are a little bit tighter, and it provides us the clearance for the steering rack that we need. So, sorry, the steering shaft, I should say, not the rack. The rack's down there. So we got these on there, and if you have a set of headers like this, Flowtech makes probably the best set of forward-facing headers. You can run them up, you can run them down. I prefer to run them down and forward, but on this setup, we obviously couldn't because it's a whole lot easier to change spark plugs. Get that on there. This makes your life a whole lot easier. Building headers is very time-consuming and very expensive if you're having someone do it. So set of Flowtechs, we run these on the Silverback C06. They're going to be on the Salted Chicken, and we run them on the Black Sheep. So you can go pretty quick with them. It's not like, oh, you need to have some badass, crazy, high-dollar. Very effective, very cost-effective, and they work very well. So now becomes the turbo fabrication part, and I'm no fabricator, so I have Phil help me out with this, but I got a bunch of parts. I think I got like almost everything here but the wastegate and blow-off valve, which are kind of, you need to be aware of where they're going to go, but you don't have to have them for the initial piping. We're going to get all the piping laid, then we'll put the blow-off valve and wastegate on there. So, got our headers on there. We need to get some parts. We got some stainless 3-inch V-bands, which are very important. This is going to be the other side of this V-band. So as you can see, it's going to go on like that. And this inner V-band right here, remove the clamp, the V-band itself is going to attach to the hot side. So you'll be able to butt those up, clamp them on there, get a nice, really good seal. So we got 2 of these, and then we got some beautiful 3-inch stainless, polished in and out. Get this from a secret supplier. I can't tell you guys. If you want it, you guys can hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. But this stuff right here is very, very nice. This is it's pretty thick too, so it's very strong and sturdy. We don't really run any flex tube in our turbo kits because of this, but I've never run one without any flex tube that is solid mounted. So turbo solid mounted, no flex tube, but the engine's on motor mount. So I don't know how that's going to do. We'll see how it works. We're doing this for science anyway, so it'll be a good test of science. So I got 345s and 390s. You wouldn't think that's a lot of material, but the turbo kit in itself is going to be very small and compact. If you look at this one, I'm going to cut the front end off right there just a little bit, just notch it just to fit this. On this side, yeah, I mean, so you're going to only use maybe, you know, another 45, another 90. So hopefully with all the material I got, we're good to go. I got a huge stick of 3-inch straight right there. You guys can see it wrapped up right there. That's 3-inch stainless, polished in and out. So if we need to add some straight pieces, we can. But I like to make all my curves. I don't like to do any pie cuts. I like the curves to be smooth and uncut. So hot side should be pretty simple. We're going to mount it up to this awesome streetcar fabrication T6 flange, and I will say I like it. It's threaded in here, very, very nice. This is some high-end stuff compared to what I'm used to. I'll mention again, Donnie over at Streetcar Fab, he makes a number of different flanges. For example, he makes one that's like dual 3-inch, so it's got like two places where you can just put the 3-inch pipe on each side, and you don't have to. We're gonna have to cut and notch, and it's Phil's gonna have his work cut out for him to make the 3-inch, you know, box down into that. But I think we'll get it done. Jason does a really good job of doing that. But Phil, I'm really gonna challenge Phil because Phil said he really wants to get into making turbo kits more full time. So hot side, other than that, we just got to add some wastegates and we're good to go. So hot side should be pretty simple. You got to think this turbo here is a monster. It's going to take up a lot of room. So once it's in there, everything is going to be compact and tight together. So looks like it's a lot of room now, but we're honestly going to have to push this turbo like almost out the bumper. We're really going to have to hack up the bumper to make it fit, but we're willing to do that. We'll skip the cold side right now. We'll go to the hot side. I got this awesome piece from Steven over at Rock Solid Motorsports. Everyone check him out. He actually did a video on his YouTube channel of him making this. This is a 5-inch V-band into dual 4-inch exhaust. And as you can see, he's got it so it goes straight up because the plan is we're going to run it like, hold on, filming this with one hand. We're going to run the exhaust like that at the top, so it's gonna be pretty crazy. Check out Steven on YouTube. He's got a bunch of crazy videos of his shop. They do absolutely stellar fabrication, turbo kits, doing some chassis stuff. He's got a badass car that he's building right now, and just check him out. But the welds on this thing are just absolutely insane. He said that for strength, because we did go really cut the whole, you know, the thinnest part in the bend right here, he doubled up on all the welds, so everything looks good. And as you can see, I was worried for a second. This is a massive large frame turbo GT55 flange, but it just fits up there perfect. So it's going to look very good. And this was really our only option on how we're going to get the exhaust out of the engine bay. And I didn't know it's going to be a pain in the ass. I definitely wouldn't want to make this. I know Phil probably wouldn't want to make this. So I hit up Steven, Rock Solid Motorsports. Check them out. I'll link their YouTube link in the description below, along to the link to their website. So check them out. They do some really stellar work, and it's going to be absolutely sick. So we got the turbo in there and mounted. We're going to have to get like a mount from Maven, or Phil's going to have to make a mount because this thing's just an absolute beast. You can't just hang this off the hot side. You need to have this thing braced somewhere. We've got the exhaust taken care of, and then I got some 4-inch for the exhaust, so you can continue, you know, whichever way we got to make it bend. I got some 90s. I got some 45s. Get all the 45s and everything from Wade at Race Parts Solutions. And then we go over to the cold side. Got a 4-inch V-band. We're going to have to weld a V-band onto here. And then I have a Vengeance clamp, which goes on this side. So as you can see, that side goes there, and then that will seal up nicely. So I got that right there. You can set this over here on the table. This is the other half of the cold side. Got a aluminum bung. Can't forget the aluminum bung. You got to run an O2 in your exhaust. And then I got some 90s and some 45s, which we're literally going to have to just snake this guy like up there. It's going to have to do one of the whoop, 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 right into there. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all fits. It's nice that we have everything on there because Yeah, it looks so simple until you got to realize we got to cram all of this stuff in that engine bay. Thank God we don't have to run a radiator because there'd be nowhere to run it, and it's definitely gonna have some weight hung off the front of it. And this is one of the 2 setups that this engine's going to be able to hold. And then we're probably gonna have to modify it if I put that big motor in here. I got a 460 cubic inch LSX build that TKM did that's absolutely insane, Frankenstein heads, and I believe the Frankenstein heads raise the intake a little bit and they lower the exhaust just a hair. So yeah, what we got going on next week is we're going to Phil and I are going to spearhead this build. We're going to try to get it done in a couple days. Phil is very efficient when he's doing his turbo kit stuff, so I try to get all the parts here that I can to get everything together, so when it comes time to put together, we got all the parts, no delays, no avoidable delays at this point in time, and we're just going to start slapping it together. One thing I do need to get a blow-off valve, because the blow-off valve it's actually still on the other charge pipe, so I need to get a blow-off valve, and I need to get 2 wastegates, because I'm going to run dual wastegates on this setup. I could probably get away with 1, but the turbo's so big, I don't want to run into any boost creep issues once that thing starts. I mean, look at the size of that thing. Once that thing starts spinning and really starts moving some air, I want to be able to regulate it properly. So that's what we got going on. Big turbo kit build coming up. Still going to see if we could spool this thing. Everyone comment down below. I got a stock 4.8 with 317 heads, so I dropped the compression. I got an all-motor BTR Stage 3 LS3 camshaft in there, and I'm going to try to spool that 106mm turbo with some nitrous. So comment down below what you think how long it's going to take without nitrous to get the thing up on the chip, and let's say make like 10 pounds of boost. So I had to make 10 pounds of boost on the chip with nitrous and without. How long do you think it's going to take? Comment down below. When I get this thing together, we'll go back and I'll give away a couple t-shirts, because I got to give some away from the last video and this video. So 200, well, I don't know. Ben, how much nitrous do you think it should take? 100 shot? Is 100 too much for 150? We'll spray 150 on it. So
150 would be quick. Comment
down below how long you think it's going to take to spool up with no nitrous, and then comment down below how long you think it's going to be able to spool up with 150 shot of nitrous, spooling that 106mm turbo. That's like a large frame. That's a big son of a gun. So comment down below. I'll go through the comments. Whoever's closest will get some LS Nasty swag. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out the first 2 links in the description below. They'll take you to Small Tire Outlaws, and they'll take you over to Storm Hub, and you'll be able to check all that stuff out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.